Now, energy spins and spirals, and it curves and it twists, and often in sideways figure 8 patterns. It's like an infinity sign or a double helix, or sometimes there's a third loop and it resembles a 3-leaf clover or Celtic spiral. I call this pattern the Celtic weave. These figure 8 patterns may be as large as your torso, even your body, or as small as your cells. They wind through all your other energy systems and create a resonance among them all. The Celtic weave pattern is the weaver of your force fields, and it holds your energetic structure together. So the healthier you are, the stronger these figure 8 patterns. But if your Celtic weave is faint, your energies aren't weaving together very well, and you are less vibrant and more vulnerable to illness. This is really invaluable, what I want to tell you now. You might notice, or if you sort of get conscious about how you hold your body sometimes, you might notice that your knees are crossed, or your ankles are crossed, or your arms are crossed, or there are parts of your body that tend to want to cross. And what I would say to you is really listen and let your body cross exactly as it wants to cross. Because there's a lot of popular notions out there about, well, for instance, if you're crossing your arms, you're trying to keep other people away. You know, that it's body language saying, I'm not going to let you in. When the truth, believe me, that is not the truth at all. What I see energetically is that either there was something in that other person's energy or something vulnerable in your own that if you cross your arms, it literally protects you so that you can take in that person even more. So if your body wants to cross in any way, you know, pay attention. I see people out there, their arms like this, their legs like this, their hands crossed. Everybody's got something crossed. Or your fingers laced. It's a crossing. Your body's trying to cross. And what I see and have seen more and more as the years go on is this wasn't planned on, and this wasn't a training. It just, I began to see it more and more, that the people that were the healthiest had many zillion, cajillion little crossovers in their energy. And so when I see, now he's got some very nice energy, but if I just do a quick swipe like that, I can take his energy down with one finger. And that's because his crossovers aren't always as strong as he might like them to be. And so, but if I make I'm just going to make a figure 8 on him. I'm going to just trace it like this. And what it does is the body falls in alignment with that, and you can, not only just this one figure 8, but all over his chest, all over everywhere. It's like figure 8s begin spinning and moving, and sometimes you see 3, so they look like a 3-leaf clover or something. But now I can like that. I even hit you, and he won't lose his energy. So every time you cross over also in some way with your body, you're literally also making some of these figure 8 figures. Okay? So I'm just going to look at you for a second, okay? What I want you to do, this is your exercise, okay? This is your exercise. And if you do this one exercise every day, you will strengthen something in your beingness that'll just give you more vitality. And what I would do is do it in any way, shape, or form you can, but just cross over. Just think, you know, when you're not doing anything, just cross in any way you can. Okay? I'll show you something else. Here's one more thing. I want you to pretend for a minute. Okay? And you don't have to keep your eyes shut. I want your eyes open. Okay. I'm holding your arm now. You hold your arm really strong like this. Okay. What I want you to do is imagine you're sitting at a telephone and you're doodling with little figure 8s. Okay? So just doodle with your hand. Okay, make your hand do it. Doodle. Okay. When you doodle your figure 8s, it goes all the way up into your body. every little neuron picks it up. You know, all the synapses grab it and start making figure eights everywhere. I think that's why people doodle. You know, they don't know it, but their nervous system is causing them to doodle. Now watch, okay? I mean, it makes you stronger to doodle. Okay, so that's the other thing, is you're to doodle every day. I've said before, and I want to say it again, how important it is to watch what you're intuitive about. If you're intuitively doing something, you probably need it. You probably need it. And there is some wisdom in your body that's directing you to do something. And somebody just asked me about taking a scrub brush and doing figure eights on their arms. And I say, yes, wherever you can do figure eights, do them. And you might think of your own self when you hear music or something like that. Your hips tend to go into a figure eight. There are so many things we do. If you go roller skating or ice skating, you do a kind of a figure eight as you move. And yeah, my arms were just doing it. You just automatically do it. There's a way of doing a figure eight in front of your body and just starting to sway. You can get all sorts of movement in your body in every healthy way by simply doing these sideways figure eights, or any way that feels really good to your body. I often have children who have learning problems, have a great big board in front of them, maybe a blackboard, and take a chalk and make figure eights on the board and follow it with their eyes, and then maybe do it with their left hand or both hands, and they don't have to stay in the lines. They can get very, very teeny and very, very big, but it really activates the crossover of the hemispheres from the right to the left side of the body, and it makes those figure eights go. I had this is an intuition. Somebody who thought she had none. She had no intuition, she thought. And I was working on her not too long ago, and she had some real extreme physical problems. And boy, in a moment, I suddenly had them and she didn't. And I didn't know how that crossover had happened, but she intuitively said, wait a minute. And she was laying down, and I was I was bending over her, and I had a huge headache, and hers was gone. And she said, just a minute. And she took her own finger and she made a figure eight over her own eyes. And my headache went away, and it didn't come back to her. It's like she said, I have no idea what made me do that. It was just an intuition. And for sure it worked. But figure eights really will surprise you, and you'll be surprised just how much you do them automatically. And as I said before, when you doodle and when you stitch, when you sew, there's so many ways you make these figure eights, and they're exceptionally good for your health and for your energy and vitality. By weaving figure eights over your body with your hands, you can strengthen the Celtic weave pattern, and with it, your health. Weaving your Celtic weave weaves together all your energy systems, so they operate as a single web. Touch one strand anywhere, and your whole system reverberates in unity and harmony.